I don't hear audio.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? So we had no sound. Add that to the list of shit that's not working tonight. Did you hear any sound, Jamie?
Towards the end. It was right at the end.
Right at the end?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like flipping switches and hitting knobs and, you know.
I'm just glad we made it this far in 4 minutes. We're very calm for the fact that we're, both ready to probably flip out, man.
Yeah. I was coming close to just snatching my computer off the desk and just beating the living shit out of it and throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, I think I kind of walked in on something like that.
Yeah.
Thought, uh-oh. Something got thrown.
Yeah, I did hurl something against the wall right when you popped
Just heard a bunch of chords and thump.
Yeah. Like, what else cannot work tonight? Good grief. So how's everybody doing? And now it's showing me on StreamYard that I have 2 cameras on here. Before, none of them would work, and now I have me and I have a black screen. I just have the black screen of death. Let me see what happens if I remove it. Okay. It's not there anymore.
Oh, the one down at the bottom? Oh, there it goes.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. What's new?
And I don't know if there's a solar storm that's hit in the past week or not that I can blame this. Oh, Uranus just went into retrograde, but I don't think it's that either. Yeah. I think it's that Wednesday, Sunday thing.
That Wednesday Uranus thing.
Taurus was in Uranus last night.
Felt like it.
What? You felt like I was up your ass?
Yeah. So how's everybody else doing? in the
Heather
world.
says our live was saying tomorrow at 11:10 a.m. Oh yeah, Mercury retro will be.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to switch the time because time was running out and I still had no camera working. So apparently I didn't switch it from AM to PM. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? We could just do the show at 11 in the morning. YouTube's
Okay.
not on. Hey, cool. YouTube's not working.
No, I thought I was just there. Oh wait.
It says YouTube's not on. That. Well, let's add that to the list too of not working. On my end, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I'm waiting for my delay. Yeah, it's working
It's working.
on my phone.
Well, cool.
I
I
hear
guess.
that, Wolfie. I want Slack fall. Unfortunately, our Slack spring and Slack fall has gotten so much shorter the past 3 years. My poor cats, I'm running from like trying to like keep them as cool as possible, where I'm basically having to live in the backyard in their like shelter in their little sanctuary to all of a sudden freezing ass cold.
Yeah. Weird weather. Zach's got
And
flood.
battling the wasp nest. What? What?
Flooding in the eastern part of the state. Did you ever find out the story with your wherever your sister lives out there in Las Vegas? Did she get flooded?
They were supposed to have tornadoes. Well, besides the floods, I seen the I think it's two different things. No, she didn't get flooded, but they were having like a tornado watch the other day.
Dang. Yeah, we were just talking. We were just talking about. I don't know what the hell we were talking about. I totally forgot what I was going to say now. Todd threw me off the track when he said he clicked in here and I was talking about Uranus. We were talking about how calm the hurricane season is here in Florida this year. It's been rather quiet. It'll
Things
probably,
are always bound to change.
yeah, it'll probably end with a bang. And Debbie is right. It is hot as Satan's balls here lately.
And we still have all the California wildfires, but mostly this year it's because of asshole arsonists, not just nature. But this year I haven't had the problem with the smoke quality over in this area. I don't want to say
Yeah,
yet because I don't want it to happen, but we've had quite a few fires started even like really nearby.
yeah,
Asses just lighting up and down the highway in the wind.
great.
Hmm. I want to
Yeah, that's
put them
the kind of
against a
people.
tree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big old rocket going up soon.
Where are you at, Turquoise? She said it's rained here every day for a week. She needs an ark.
Yeah, it pretty much rains here every day this time of year. Pretty much every day for the last 2 weeks. Lucked out though. I've played some outdoor gigs and I played a lot of gigs lately, and it's like the other day it said 99% chance of rain. I'm like, there's no freaking way we're gonna be able to play. Didn't rain a drop until we got done. It's crazy.
Zach's cigar tonight. Let's see if I can put up. is a la aroma de Cuba. Here it is. Well, did you want me to start? Did you want to start?
Yeah, I got one up here, I think. If the damn thing will work. I was going to do this one last week, but lightning bolt over Oklahoma shoots 50 miles into the sky.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's a picture of it. They had a video of it, but the video
Oh,
kind of
badass.
sucked. The picture does it better because it was like 2 minutes of nothing, 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 bzzz, lightning, and then nothing. So the picture kind of captures it a little bit better, but they got a name for it. And, well, it says a new study has detailed what is thought to be one of the most powerful lightning bolts ever detected. It struck high above the clouds over the U.S. state of Oklahoma. A bolt from the blue that, rather than hitting the ground, shot upwards a distance of over 50 miles towards the edge of space. Known as gigantic jets, lightning strikes like this are among the most powerful on Earth, but happen relatively rarely, with only around 1,000 of them occurring within the space of a typical year. This particular example was detected back in 2018 and now has become the subject of a new study that has highlighted in spectacular fashion the sheer magnitude of this phenomenon. Using satellite and radar data, the Oklahoma jet was found to be 60 times more powerful than a typical lightning bolt, enough to move 300 columns of energy from the cloud to the lower ionosphere. The charge transfer is nearly double the previous largest by a gigantic jet and is comparable to the largest ever recorded for cloud to ground strikes. So yeah, if that one would have hit somebody, it would have just vaporized them.
And a quickness.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy when the lightning comes from the ground up.
I've wondered about that because I've seen some before where it'll have all these like fork, like a tree almost. And I'm thinking, but how is it coming from the ground? I thought maybe it was edited. But it looked real.
Yeah,
I'm like, how does the lightning coming like up from the ground like that?
yeah,
That's really cool.
and shooting 50 miles up into the sky. That's some serious lightning bolt.
Bye-bye. You see this? It's not funny. Fried bird flies down.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie, I was down in Daytona the other day. I went to the reptile show and they said come to the largest reptile show on earth. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, they said.
It'll be fun, they said, after you stood in line for like 6 hours. Now the line actually moved pretty quick, but holy crap. Talk about a line. I've been going to the show for many years and I've never seen a line like the one the other day to get in. It was insane. Insanity. It was reptilian insanity, I tell you.
Speaking of reptilian insanity, there's a newly discovered armored dinosaur species found in Argentina. A new species of dinosaur thought to be related to armored dinosaurs like the Stegosaurus has been discovered in Argentina. Why it matters. This new insight into the time of dinosaurs suggests some species had a much broader geographic reach than previously known. A team of paleontologists have discovered the remains of a previously unknown dinosaur species in Argentina. The researchers predict this dinosaur came from the Cretaceous period, the last era of dinosaurs, and it roamed the Earth between 97 million and 94 million years ago. The paleontologist said these remains could represent an entire lineage of armored dinosaur species in the southern hemisphere previously unknown to science. So then they say it's got the rows of bony disc-shaped armor that goes along its neck and back like the stegio. They also said it's got bipedal and it's tiny, about 5 feet long, about the weight of a house cat. The dinosaur is also said to be a herbivore with leaf-shaped teeth similar to those of its stego relative. And then they go ahead and give, this little simulation of what they think it would look like. So that's pretty cute, little dinosaur.
Yeah.
5 feet long. It's about so it'd be as tall as me, minus 4 inches, and weigh what a house cat weighs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like long. I want one.
He's got pretty eyelashes.
He's so cute. I want to boop his little nose.
5-foot dinosaurs. Speaking of reptiles, what kind of mess do I have next? I don't have a whole lot of good ones tonight, but I'll just go with this one. Maybe.
Do you want to read about a skunk that sprayed a burglar before the cops got him?
Good.
Let's save that for next week.
Vast megalithic complex discovered in Spain. Archaeologists have announced the discovery of more than 500 standing stones in Huelva, Spain. That's a hell of a thing of standing stones. Dun, dun, dun. Fascinating find, which is thought to be one of the largest megalithic complexes in Europe, spans an area of some 1,500 acres that had been previously earmarked for an avocado plantation. If a survey hadn't conducted in advance, the stones might never have been discovered. Some different types of megalithic stones were identified, including standing stones, dolmens, stone enclosures, mounds, and cists. Standing stones, however, were by far the most numerous, with 526 being counted overall. This is the biggest and most diverse collection of standing stones grouped together in a Iberian Peninsula, said project director Jose Antonio Linares of Huelva University. It's a hell of a university they have there. The stones were all in remarkable state of preservation for their age, the researchers noted. Finding alignments of dolomens on one side is not very common. This is project co-director Primitiva Bueno. Here you find everything all together: alignments, cromlechs, and dolmens. It's very striking. It only shows, a picture of one of them there, but it says there are 526 standing stones that were found. Makes you wonder what and when they were put there and why and what they formed and for what reason they were put there long times ago.
Exactly. I think that's a pretty cool one. There's been a lot of discoveries lately.
Just when you think you've seen it all, they find something new.
Oh, all the time. That's just what's so exciting. So exciting. Okay, this one. There's they had found a foot floating in a Yellowstone hot spring that leaves more questions than answers. A foot found floating. That was going to be a tongue twister. A foot found floating in a hot spring at Yellowstone National Park has been linked to a July 31st death. On August 16th, a park employee found the foot, still encased in a shoe, in Abyss Pool, one of the deepest hot springs in Yellowstone. August 19th, authorities said that the foot is linked to an incident involving a single individual on the morning of July 31st, and that they do not suspect foul play. They did not elaborate on why they do not suspect foul play, nor did they identify the person who died. An investigation is ongoing. And then they go to talk about the hot springs, blah, blah, blah. Park officials saw the man's body floating in the hot spring the day he died, but were unable to immediately retrieve it. When they returned the next day, they could not find the remains. Evidence suggests that the extreme heat and acidity of the water quickly dissolved his body in the hot spring. Wait, how many days was he in that? According to a park report released in response. Don't fall asleep in there, dang. The
Yeah.
pool where the Oregon man died is an acid sulfate hot spring. These hot springs, which are found most commonly in the northeastern part of the park, are heated by acidic steam, so strong it can eat away rocks and minerals around the springs. Two popular tourist sites are both acid sulfate features. Many of the pools, however, are alkaline or basic, and then they go talking all about the pH scale and everything. And talk about the chloride deep below the surface. Abyss Pool is situated in the west. It's not clear whether the person in the spring became incapacitated by the heat of the water or died some other way. It's not surprising, however, that it was a foot inside a shoe that revealed the occurrence of a death. Bodies left in water over time naturally decompose, and it's common for feet to detach as the soft tissues of the feet and ankles deteriorate. Most modern shoes are buoyant, so they'll float once set free. This phenomenon was deemed responsible for the discovery of 21 human feet that washed up ashore. I think that's Canada, somewhere in Canada, Pacific Northwest, they said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Foot Beach.
I guess that's again why you don't go swimming and hiking, doing these things alone. At first I was thinking maybe he got his foot stuck in a crevice or something, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think somebody killed him and just threw him in there to let him boil and bubble and turmoil and trouble.
Like throw him to the gators.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, you don't have that work is way more efficient than people who actually go out and get the I just forgot the name of the acid.
Yeah. Uric acid? No?
Muriatic acid that they use to try to dissolve bodies. That doesn't usually work as well as people think it does. It can take a really long time. People usually end up giving up.
Yeah.
But yeah, a natural spring like that seems to do a way better job.
Foot loose.
Next time, take the shoes off and just kidding.
Yeah. Because most shoes are buoyant.
Mm-hmm.
Now float that dead guy's foot.
Fall in the ocean, your feet start floating up.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop.
You're like a whale. You're face down, your feet up.
Damn, that's nasty.
Was my little spermy swim.
So this one,
Footloose. That's not funny.
foot loose. Foot loose.
But yet I snort. Someone lost their foot. Oh shit. We're going to hell.
They lost their
And
foot.
you're all going to be there with me. Not as many as you might think, Todd.
How deep is that spring? I don't know. Probably about a foot deep. Uh, maybe 2 feet. What am I doing? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh yeah, doing this show right now. So everybody wonders, like, is there rules for this? Is there rules for that? And we're going into space and we're going to land on the moon. And well, now the questions are coming up. Who exactly has permission to mine resources on the moon? Because somebody's going to start doing it. Is it the Russians? Is it the Chinese? Is it the Americans? Japan? Who's gonna mine the moon first, and who actually gives permission? It's like, does anybody own the moon? I don't know. Let's see what the article says. In the near future, new international laws and agreements will be needed to govern resource mining on the lunar surface. Because the moon's up there, we might as well go screw it up, right? Michelle L.D. Hanlon, a professor, no, maybe that's Michael L.D. Hannon, a professor of air and space law at the University of Mississippi, maintains that this decade will bring about a fundamental change in the legality of off-world resource gathering. It's been 50 years since humans last visited the moon, and that's my question. Why has it been 50 years? And even robotic missions have been few and far between, but the Earth's only natural satellite is about to get crowded. At least 6 countries and a flurry of private companies have publicly announced that more than 250 missions to the moon will occur in the next decade. Our lease must be up. Our treaty agreement must be up, because all hell's going to the moon now. Many of those missions include plans for permanent lunar bases and are motivated in large part by the ambitions to asses. I don't know what that is. There's asses on the moon, and begin utilizing
Assets?
I think it's supposed to be assets or access, but it says asses. Anyways, they're going to begin utilizing the moon's natural resources. Asses are on the moon. That's why they want to go there. In the short term, resources would be used to support lunar missions, but in the long term, the moon and its resources will be a critical gateway for missions to the broader riches of the solar system. But these lofty ambitions collide with a looming legal question. Got to get the lawyers involved. On Earth, possession and ownership of natural resources are based on territorial sovereignty. Conversely, Article 2 of the Outer Space Treaty, the 60-year-old agreement that guides human activity in space, forbids nations from claiming territory in space. Learn something new every day. I didn't know about that. This limitation includes the moon, planets, and asteroids. So how will space resources be managed? I'm a lawyer who focuses on peaceful and sustainable use of space to benefit all humanity. I believe the 2020s will be recognized as a decade humans transitioned into a truly spacefaring species that utilizes space resources to survive and thrive in space and on Earth. To support this future, the international community is working through several channels to develop a framework for space resource management, starting with Earth's closest neighbor, the moon. God, talk about tongue twister. Maybe it's just my tongue that's twisted.
Or maybe it's just you that's twisted.
Yeah, that's probably the truth. Yeah. But yeah, I've always wondered about that. Like, Elon Musk is talking about, going to like send people to live on Mars. It's like, how? Who? Like, shit. I guess if he can get them there, that's the first big step. But like, yeah, who who owns Mars? Does
Why?
he rent a space on Mars? Does he just show up like the pioneers and just claim a space? You know,
I
kick.
wonder if that's why relationships don't work with him because it's like in the end, like talking about where we're gonna live. Like, dude, I don't want to move to Mars for you.
Yeah,
He's selling off all of his worldly possessions and downsizing to prepare for this move to Mars that he's hoping to make.
yep. They're gonna screw up our moon. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're screwing up the Earth. Why not screw up the moon too?
And speaking of the moon, NASA's epic Artemis 1 moon mission launch is just 1 week away. Is it Artemis or Artemis?
Artemis.
Artemis.
Spile.
NASA's historic Artemis 1 mission will launch toward the moon 1 week from today, August 22nd. If 1 week from the 22nd? When was this article? Oh, it was published 2 days ago. If all goes according to plan. Artemis 1, the first mission in NASA's Artemis program of lunar exploration, is scheduled to lift off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center on August 29th at 8:33 Florida time. You can watch it live here at space.com when the time comes, courtesy of NASA. It will be quite an event and not just for die-hard space fans. NASA's webcast will include celebrity appearances by Jack Black, Chris Evans, and Keke Palmer, as well as a special performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by Josh Groban and Herbie Hancock. It will also feature a performance of America the Beautiful by the Philadelphia Orchestra. Artemis 1 will mark the debut of NASA's Space Launch System mega rocket, which will send an uncrewed Orion capsule to lunar orbit. Orion will spend 6 weeks in space, finally returning to Earth in an ocean splashdown on October 10th. Sensors inside Orion will gather data on the deep space radiation environment and other aspects of the flight. And not long after liftoff, 10 tiny CubeSats will deploy from an adapter connecting Orion to the SLS upper stage. These little spacecraft will perform a variety of work from hunting for water ice on the moon to traveling to a near-Earth asteroid using a solar sail. So that's pretty cool. But the main goal of Artemis 1 is to demonstrate that SLS and Orion are ready to carry astronauts, which the duo will do in relatively short order if Artemis 1 goes well. NASA aims to launch Artemis 2, a crewed mission to lunar orbit, in 2024, which is when I thought they were planning on the Mars mission. But when I was watching some astronomers live stream on TikTok the other night, they're talking about like 2030 or something. So I have no idea what I have to like look all that up because that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Artemis 3 will then put astronauts down near the moon's south pole in 2025 or 2026 in the first crewed lunar landing since the Apollo 17 mission in 1972. Unlike Apollo, Artemis is not designed to be a flags and footprints operation. We will collaborate with commercial and international partners and establish the first long-term presence on the moon, NASA's Artemis page states. Then we will use what we learn on and around the moon to take to the next giant leap, sending the first astronauts to Mars. And there you go. If Artemis 1 cannot get off the ground on the 29th due to bad weather or technical issues, backup opportunities are available September 2nd and September 5th. So you can go to space.com for details, for updates, and of course, NASA.
I'll probably try to go out to the beach because you ought to be able to see this one good because it's a pretty big rocket. So it ought to make a spectacular spectacular view in the sky.
I posted on, or when I posted this on my profile the other day, there was an article actually, saying Florida and how, like, how much you guys will see and for how long and how extravagant it'll probably be and all that.
Yeah.
But I have that in the link on that post. Zach.
This one is not about a rocket, but it's questions raised over an alien mummy discovery. What?
An alleged alien mummy discovery.
Exactly. An alleged alien mummy.
That was a throat gurgle. That was not any whispering or growling. If somebody heard that, my
Was it
apology.
you?
That was me.
Oh, I thought it was me.
No, I just drank some coffee a minute ago.
It was a. Never mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Controversy surrounds the claim. Is the picture up? Okay, it is. I honestly don't know what I'm doing.
So she's
And then she smacked me upside the head. Controversy surrounds the claim that a prominent researcher has found an alien mummy in Mexico. Damn alien mummies. A story that has been doing the rounds this month concerns an unusual archaeological discovery that was reportedly made in a hillside tunnel in the municipality of, why they got to use words like that, of Taxco, Mexico. The mummy, along with a number of artifacts, including jewelry, carvings, weapons, and tools, were presented at the press conference earlier in the month by prominent Mexican researcher Pablo Enrique Garcia Sanchez, who was photographed holding the find in his hands. And actually, I got a little bit better picture of this feller, if I can find it. Shows some other stuff too, I think. And then again, maybe it doesn't. There you go. Anyways, back to the article. The mummy, blah, 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 blah. But here's where it gets weird. According to the multiple local media sources, the mummy is believed to be some sort of alien creature with a deformed head and abnormal proportions. The problem is this claim cannot be confirmed as it remains unclear if Sanchez himself has ever actually put forward such a claim or if it's the local media that's responsible for it. A large skull also, it seems like it'd be an easy thing to figure out. Just ask the damn question. A large skull also featured in the images is believed to be a modified domestic pig. As things stand, it's difficult to find anything concrete to explain the photographs. You can check them out for yourself in the Facebook post below, which is the picture that I have up there right now. So here's the mummy looking thing of an alien, or who knows what it is. It's like legs right there, and you see some arms and hands coming down there, and then this, baked potato shaped head. And then here's a skull that's supposedly something else. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this dude in Mexico trying to blow smoke up all our asses, or what's the deal? See if I can make this picture bigger. So there's part of the alien mummy. It seems like I've seen that before somewhere. I don't know.
like in a movie, like a movie prop.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think like the way and then the head and like the way it is, and then like it would walk kind of the way it would. Oh, it made me just think of some of those weird videos where they're like, is that like a kid walking or whatever?
Pretty
It just
strange.
looks like it would walk weird, and
Yeah. It's got a
I
weird
don't
head.
know.
It's like a grasshopper head.
It's like a mantis head.
Follow me, grasshopper. Learn the ways. Uh,
Wouldn't you be scared of like breaking that?
yeah, it's like tossing it around. I don't know what this other picture was. It was,
Please, the mermaid, anyone?
but here's the weird skull with like hieroglyphics carved into it. I don't know. It seems like if they would, have
Why is there high?
they would put better pictures than just like these half-ass cropped pictures up here.
Ones that can be easily like camouflage. We all know the cropping. Like
Exactly.
we know how to hide stuff. I mean, if I had it, I would be like zooming in like every little piece of it and getting it x-rayed and, you know, showing like the cartilage up the nose holes and
Yeah.
anything I can.
And instead, they're like, let me go find the shittiest camera I can find.
And not show the whole entire thing like in different angles and sides, but let's show half of it at a time.
I got my grandmother's 1970 Polaroid camera with some 40-year-old film to take these pictures with. Oh, jeez.
And this one, I think there's a good reason for this. I'm going to agree with one of the suggestions that they give, but of course, I want to see what everybody thinks. Google Maps may have captured a downed plane in an Australian rainforest. Downed plane or photo of a low flying plane.
Mm.
Google Maps seemingly captured a downed plane in an Australian rainforest. Or did it? An eagle-eyed user noticed what appeared to be a fully intact airplane lying in a clearing in the Cardwell Range, located approximately 155 miles south of Port Douglas on the Queensland coast. The image also could have captured the plane, which the Daily Mail said appears to be a standard Airbus A320 or Boeing 737 flying at a very low altitude, giving off an impression that it's on the ground. But Australian safety officials said it's likely just a glitch in Google's satellite software. There appears to be a phenomenon called ghost images, and that could be what it is. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau added that it wasn't aware of any missing passenger jets. In 2016, after a downed plane that never actually crashed was seen at the bottom of a Minneapolis lake, it was seen on Google Maps. A Google spokesman said satellite images appearing on the website are compilations of several images. Fast-moving objects like planes often show up in only one of the many images used for a given area. When this happens, faint remnants of the fast-moving object can sometimes be seen. I'm going to stop there because I have personal experience that. The Google car was coming around, and Jeff and I were following it in the car one year, and I was taking pictures. And so we got, passes, we waved, did all this stuff, and then we marked what houses we were by, like when it happened. And when they updated the Google Maps, we found the spot and we just went like how you used to find like the porn channel back in the day, just back and forth real fast so it comes in. And all of a sudden there was our car, and so you don't see it because they blur it out, but it really was in there.
Hmm.
Google has yet to confirm that this is the case in Queensland. So, what do you guys think? Google glitch, down plane, or a low flying plane? Rob's face. Wait, what?
Wait, huh? Who?
Lori says, I see a man's face. Zero again. I don't think it's Rob's face. Well, you see a man's face in Rob's room? He's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yes, I do. Where do you see it? Over this side or over on this side? This side or this side? I don't know.
It's there right now. Where, Lori? Are you talking about that ball of light over his shoulder from the glare? Next to your face, yeah. No, I think that's just part of the glare from the light.
There's the skull
Like,
back.
go over your left shoulder, Rob. Touch your left shoulder. Is that what you're talking about, Lori? I think that's just the light glare.
It's there's a guy there. I'm gonna poke him in the eye.
Poke him in the eye.
Poke him in
Double
the
poke.
eye. Double.
Sting of the bee.
Scorpion. Finish him.
We're in that Kempo karate. Sting of the bee. Oh yeah, or like a water spot.
Ooh, look, there's a shadow back there.
There's a snake, man.
There's a snake back there too, man.
I see a snake, man.
Let's see if you still hear me.
Ariana said you got it. You got it.
No, he's periscoping around in the back of the tank right now.
Todd has been doing some awesomely wicked AI photos, images.
Who has?
Todd.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. Back to that picture. I thought, could be a low flying plane, but it's pretty damn low. And if you kind of gets really blurry, but if you zoom in on it, if it was a down plane, I think it depends on when it went down, but you might see like a trail, like a skid mark because it didn't just like fall flat.
Some broken trees. Because that's on trees, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. But I mean, there is, it could be old and it could have grown up because it does look like, there's space around the fuselage and the wings and everything. Who knows?
And if like the forest is condensed enough, well, they said, or it could be a bone. That's a big plane, but if it's condensed enough, would it almost be like fall into the trees without going all the way down? So like it wouldn't fall up. I mean, you'd think maybe the tail and stuff would break off, but could it be possible if it just like dropped?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty weird. Either way. There's a man on the wing.
Oh no. Jetpack Man.
Jetpack Man, exactly.
It's Jetpack Man.
All right. Where am I doing? What am I doing? I don't have a clue. Very confused.
But do you have your shoes and your glasses?
My shoes and my glasses. I'm stepping on pit clams down by the pier. This is a weird one, kind of, sort of. I don't know. Maybe you think it's weird, and maybe you won't. Maybe you've seen it before. Actually, you may have heard it before. Space sounds very eerie in this new NASA audio clip. Damn, space is eerie. The newly released clip is a processed recording of sound waves rippling through clouds of gas and plasma. I had some sound waves and gas earlier. The iconic tagline from the movie Alien states, "In space, no one can hear you scream." And in the vacuum of space, this is correct, but it's important to remember that not all of space is a vacuum. A couple of days ago, NASA released an audio clip of some very strange sounds that were recorded rippling through the gas and plasma surrounding a black hole in a distant Perseus galaxy cluster. Situated 250 million light years away, this distant region of space was imaged by NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory all the way back in 2003. But now, thanks to new sonification techniques, which have brought the sounds into a range of human hearing, it's possible to listen to them for the first time. The resulting audio is undeniably creepy, a sort of otherworldly moaning, mumbling noise. In some ways, this sonification is unlike any others done before because it revisits the actual sound waves discovered from the data from NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory. In this new sonification of Perseus, the sound waves astronomers previously identified were extracted and made audible for the first time. You can listen to the audio below for yourself. Okay, so let's listen to the audio. Maybe. Here we go. Let's see. I want to open it with, we'll do the QuickTime player. Okay, this is the audio from space. It takes a second here. Here we go. So yeah, that's what it sounds like on the edge of a black hole. Kind of sounds like some haunted house action. I don't know. Imagine being in a spaceship up there, floating around, and having to listen to that. I don't know.
I'm trying to find the actual article that you have because I did see that the other day and I was like, I had so much stuff I was reading that I actually lost it, so I never got to listen to it, and then I forgot about it.
Ground control to Major Tom.
And I see the articles, but that was what, Science and Astrology?
Yeah. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
I'll have to save this because I can't find one that actually has the dang sound in it. They're just articles on it. Okay.
That was trippy.
It was very trippy. Kind of reminds me of like the singing bowls a little bit. All right, so we have an update on Lake Mead, and there's like hundreds. But we've got the fifth set of human remains found in receding Lake Mead. And then there's like a little video or just kind of like shows them searching and everything. Um, Another set of human remains were found in Lake Mead near Las Vegas. The second time this month that remains have been found in the country's largest reservoir, officials said Wednesday. The remains were discovered at Swim Beach in the Lake Mead National Recreation Area around 8 p.m. Monday, according to the Parks National Service. The National Park Service. With the help of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's dive team, park rangers responded and set up a perimeter to retrieve the body. The Clark County Medical Examiner was contacted and is working to identify the person and discover the cause of death. This is the fifth time since May and the second time this month that human remains have been found in Lake Mead, where water levels are receding at a historic rate, like a scary rate. And it's not the only one in the country. A firearm was also recovered in close proximity to where one of the human remains was found, though it is unclear if it's connected. A journalist discovered the weapon on Wednesday and alerted investigators, police said. Although it's not uncommon for firearms to be found at the lake, it's too early to determine whether it's connected to the current investigation, the LA Metro PD said in a statement. Lake Mead, formed by the Hoover Dam on the Colorado River, supplies drinking water to 20 million people actually, of people in California, Arizona, Nevada, and part of Mexico. Officials said the water levels are so depleted they could soon reach dead pool status, in which the water is too low to flow downstream to the Hoover Dam. The minimum water surface level needed to generate power at the dam is 1,050 feet. On May 7, human skeletal remains were found near the lake's Colville Bay. The discovery came a week after the decayed body of a man was found stuffed in a steel barrel near the reservoir's Hemingway Fishing Pier, over 20 miles from the Colville Bay. On July 25th and August 6th, human remains were also discovered at Swim Beach. And not only that, but lots of the world's rivers are drying up right now. China's having a water crisis. They're having a drought, and a lot of their energy is reliant on water. So them not having water also means no power or energy. So it's pretty scary. You
Yeah.
know, you can't garden without water. You can't live without water. Yeah, you can't really like make water. And they say it's too polluted to drink the rainwater, even though I've got know how to filtrate and have filtration systems, but it has to rain. They
I mean,
need to get up there and start seeding some damn clouds.
yeah.
Not that I'm even for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some pictures of the Hoover Dam, and I've been over the Hoover Dam and actually got out and walked over it, took a couple of pictures and stuff, and there was a lot of water there. And I was trying to see if there's any current pictures to see how much it's dropped, but
I had a cool slide. It showed, and I can't remember what year it was to now, and it was like the same image, but over time, and you would slide it, and it would show like the whole, the way that it flows and the whole diagram and everything in
yeah,
like this area. And so you can slide it and like scrub it back and forth and see the difference of how much water has, disappeared. And like we have Lake Del Val up here. And one year we're like, where did all the water go? Like we had all this rain, got us out of the drought period for a while. And they go, oh, we sold it off. Like, you sold our water off?
Yeah, really. Say what?
Say what?
Yeah, it's amazing how big that dam is. I got there and
That's
I looked over
goddamn.
the edge and I was like, damn.
I said, God dang.
Yeah, it's freaking huge.
Oh, that's
Huge.
true, Debbie.
Yeah, who knows what they'll find in there, you know?
Yeah, they actually already have some interesting like dive videos down Lake Mead of like downed warplanes and things where it's like just eerie,
Yeah,
because you see this steering wheel, the control panels and all these things down there, and there's a lot of historic stuff down there.
yeah.
Was that your last one?
I got one more kind of goofy
Okay.
one. And yeah, I got the Starlink internet thing and, it's working okay, but I ordered, here's my problem. There's always a problem, right? You know, it it's not as fast as my other internet that I had, but it's fast enough, it works. I'm streaming, I'm broadcasting with it. So, it works.
And they said it was going to be like that.
Yeah. And, it might get better, might get worse. I don't know, but it's saving me like $80 a month. So when it rains and there's real lightning and raining really hard, pretty much sucks. So there's that. But I ordered from Starlink, I ordered an Ethernet adapter so I could hardwire it, my computer, to the router, which is sitting right back there. And FedEx said, yeah, we delivered it. I'm like, where? Wasn't here. And they said, no, it was delivered and left at outside storage. Like when the FedEx guy comes here, he always leaves my packages and then takes a picture of them. And,
Mm-hmm.
I'll see a thing that says, your package was delivered, and it'll show it sitting on the front porch. No picture this time. Just says it was delivered and it was put in outside storage. It's my front porch. There's no freaking outside storage there. It's just a front porch. So FedEx is like, no, we delivered it. You got to contact your shipper. So 2 days now, I've been trying to find a phone number or an email address for Starlink, and they don't make it easy at all to get a hold of them. That pisses me off.
My mom just had a thing at work, $200 worth of stamps they ordered for work. And they said they delivered it to a building that it doesn't exist. And like the others, it was this whole big deal. The thing is, the guy probably sold them. And the lady's like, but it shows, on the thing, you're tracking this address. And I was like, that's not the one I put on. So it's like
Yeah,
this whole loophole that she's got to deal with to just, oh gosh. Plus, like mail is like our US mail um isn't really working. They're like subcontracting other people out.
yeah.
Harder and harder to get any packages to get through to anybody.
Well, it was coming FedEx, and then it didn't, even though they said it did, but it didn't because I still don't
So do you
have
have
it.
to file like a claim?
Yeah, I finally figured out how to create a ticket with
Okay.
Starlink. I still never talked to anybody. I have to create a ticket. It's a pain in the ass. Their customer service is non-existent. So as far as that, Elon. Anyways, so this article pops up. WTF? Wrong way driver causes major crash on I-95. Carjacks a FedEx truck, crashes into the pole, and then dives in the river. Maybe my package was on this FedEx truck. Who knows?
But they didn't say it was delivered to the river.
Yeah, it's in a van down by the river. Jacksonville, Florida. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, a wrong way driver caused a crash on I 95 Friday right before she carjacked a FedEx truck. She then crashed it downtown and jumped into the St. Johns River about 6:50 p.m. The 25-year-old wrong way driver was heading south driving a white Range Rover in the northbound lanes of I 95, the Florida Highway Patrol said. As the SUV approached Emerson Street, where the world famous Wackos is, they make a great hamburger there, it struck a white Jeep Cherokee that was traveling north. That's what I've heard, anyways, causing the Jeep to spin out and become disabled in the middle of the highway. Debris from the collision flew into the southbound lanes and struck a gray Mercedes Benz. Man, Range Rovers, Mercedes, there's all kinds of fancy cars in this wreck. It was traveling in the far left lane. News for Jax spoke with a witness who said that she was lucky to be in the middle lane and could not move out of the way because her car was close to being hit. Daylene Jacino Velez was riding with her 15-year-old son on I-95 North when she saw the Range Rover traveling in the opposite direction. We got on the 95 northbound at University just around Emerson, and we see some vehicles that are slowing down and veering all over the highway. My son goes quiet, and immediately I see the car in front of me veer to the right. In a matter of seconds, I see this white SUV zooming past us, going the wrong way. Trooper said the wrong way driver then got out of the SUV, removed the driver from the FedEx truck that was stopped because of the previous collision, and then she stole the truck. The driver headed north on I-95 into downtown Jacksonville. The family identified the FedEx driver as Michaela Collier. Family says Collier has a broken foot, leg, and a fractured skull. Damn. The 25-year-old managed to make it to the Hyatt Regency where she hit a light pole. Then she hopped out of the FedEx truck and jumped into the St. Johns River. I'm going to say it again. What the hell is wrong with people? Florida woman, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department pulled the woman out of the river. She was taken into custody. And the article goes on, and apparently she has some mental issues. Go figure. Maybe some drugs and alcohol were fueling those mental issues too. Perhaps. Maybe. Just saying.
That's not the Florida woman I sent you, is it? That's like a whole other. Because I sent you like 2 or 3 other Florida ones over the past couple of weeks. Florida woman. Yeah. Florida woman's getting up there with Florida man.
I know. There's some crazy ones. And I don't know what happened. And Debbie, you're right. The river is outside storage. My package could be somewhere there. But yeah, it was last night, right down the road from my house. I was going to pick Darcy up from work. It was about
Rob.
Yeah.
You froze for a second. There's a noise. I mean, did the screen freeze or did you freeze?
I don't know. It could be a glitch in the matrix.
Or did you glitch?
Maybe. But yeah, all these cops started passing me last night. And then
you were picking her up and then you got pulled over?
No, I just pulled over out of the way because there's so many cops passing me.
Oh.
So I just pulled over and let them do their speeding thing. And anyways, they pulled over at this house. And on the way back, I was telling Darcy, I said, yeah, man, there's a shitload of cops up here. We go by there. There's like, I don't know how many cop cars. And there's 3 to 4 ambulances and rescue vehicles and a fire truck.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? And, you know, this little area where they were at, it's kind of a well-known little, like, trouble section of town, like crack corner. But I don't know what happened. I, of course, didn't see anything on the news or anything today about it, unless I missed it. But, man, there was something going down last night, right down the road from my house here.
Huh.
Didn't hear any gunshots.
Well, that's a plus.
It was funny. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Jason was like, "There's gunshots. There was a shootout down by my house." He was kind of freaked out, and me and you both
Wait, Rob, say it.
clicking out again.
Yes. So you said me and you both.
Yeah, when Jason was talking about there was gunshots by his house, and he was kind of freaked out, and you and me both were like, "Oh yeah, happens here every day. No big deal."
And it does.
See, just when I say my Starlink internet is working good, and then I
It's
flip
because you said "fuck you, Elon,"
that when
or
I
said that's what you got to do, Elon.
flipped off Elon now on my internet.
Mhm.
He's probably like, "Oh, we'll show you, smart ass."
Mhm. I'm gonna
Yeah,
twiddle the knobs and play with the switches. People are so pissed at him because of his carbon footprint that his jet made to travel 35 miles, 9 minutes, something like that, to go from like San Diego to San Francisco, where the hell it was. It was freaking 9 minutes and 35-mile airplane flight.
yeah,
And people actually stalk, that kid in college that stalks his flights and all that he was trying to negotiate with and give a. Anyway, people still follow that dude everywhere he goes. And they are angry at him because he's got an electric car company and he shouldn't be wasting. They said that would only be so many stops on the metro line, like our BART system or whatever. It's like Elon is a billionaire. He's not riding BART. I'm sorry.
yeah, really.
I mean, come on. I
Damn.
really don't have a problem with the fact he flew his damn plane.
Yeah,
There's bigger things to worry about right now.
bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Damn.
So last week, wait, oh, okay. So he tried to hook up with another girl after she split up with her boyfriend. Wait, she split up with her boyfriend, and then he was with another girl, and then that's crazy.
Damn.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if if your sister and him split on like whatever terms, but I'm sure that's got to be hitting her some different ways. I have a story from actually a friend of mine that's on Facebook that I'm not going to mention. Mm, Anyhow, oh, just last week. You never know these days.
Yeah, really.
I wonder where they met. Did they meet on like a hookup site maybe? Or was it somebody that she knew? The new hookup rubbish. Yeah, her or her accomplice. Did they meet on like a hookup site or was it somebody that he already knew? Well, last week I talked about a Siberian tiger that scientists are thinking about wanting to bring back. Yeah, I figured it'd probably be online. And I was wondering how they could be sure already it was her, if there was some sort of video on it or not. If he had like a Ring camera, or if a neighbor had a Ring camera. I hope that your sister is doing. I mean, I don't know what their circumstances were. I had to give my condolences, but I hope she's doing okay. Um, yeah, last week we're talking like just because you can doesn't mean you should for the Siberian tiger that they want to bring back. Well, let's step it up a couple notches. Let's bring back a woolly mammoth. Bringing extinct creatures back to life is the lifeblood of science fiction at its most tantalizing. Think Jurassic Park and its yes, and its stable of dinosaurs. I think Jurassic Park every time I see one of these damn stories. Advances in genetics, however, are making resurrecting lost animals a tangible prospect. So, nature and the cycle in the world, things happen for a damn reason. Advances in genetics, however, are making resurrecting lost animals a tangible prospect. Scientists have already cloned endangered animals and can sequence DNA extracted from the bones and carcasses of long dead extinct animals. Um, though I do think about like tigers and stuff like that, when people go out there and hunt and kill the elephants and the tigers. I'd like to have them come back. So, geneticists led by Harvard Medical School's George Church aim to bring the woolly mammoth, which disappeared 4,000 years ago, back to life, imagining a future where the tusked Ice Age giant is restored to its natural habitat. The efforts got a major boost on Monday with the announcement of a $15 million investment. Um, They say bringing back the mammoth in an altered form could help restore the fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem, combat the climate crisis, and preserve the endangered Asian elephant, to whom the woolly mammoth is most closely related. However, it's a bold plan fraught with ethical issues. The goal isn't to clone a mammoth. The DNA that scientists have managed to extract from woolly mammoth remains frozen in permafrost is far too fragmented and degraded, but to create, through genetic engineering, a living walking elephant mammoth hybrid that would be visually indistinguishable from its extinct forerunners, so you would not be able to tell the difference. Our goal is to have our first calves in the next 4 to 6 years, said tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb, who with Church has co-founded Colossal, a bioscience and genetics company, to back the project. Now we can actually do it. The new investment and focus brought by Lamb and his investors marks a major step forward, said Church, the Robert Winthrop Professor of Genetics. Okay. This is going to change everything. So then they go on to talk about dude's work, uh, creating pigs, and I guess he does some of the work with the growing the pigs parts, for people. Um, and it goes on to talk about all the different elephants that they have researched. Once a cell with these other traits has been successfully programmed, Church plans to use an artificial womb to make the step from embryo to baby, something that takes 22 months for living elephants. However, this technology is far from nailed down. And Church said they haven't ruled out using live elephants as surrogates. The editing, I think, is going to go smoothly. We've got a lot of experience with that, I think. Making the artificial womb is not guaranteed. It's one of the few things that is not pure engineering. There's maybe a tiny bit of science in there as well, which always increases uncertainty and delivery time, he said. So then they've got the skeptics giving their thoughts about it. Conservation, endangered species of genetic diseases, lack of genetic variation, inbreeding. If endangered species have lost genes that are important to them, the ability to put them back in the endangered species, that might prove really important. I still wonder what the bigger point would be. First of all, you're not going to get a mammoth. It's a hairy elephant with some fat deposits. We, of course, have very little clue what genes make a mammoth a mammoth. We know a little bit, but we certainly don't know anywhere near enough. Others say it's unethical to use, thank you, live elephants as surrogates to give birth to a genetically engineered animal. Let's say it works and there's no horrible consequences. So they're wanting to talk about the carbon storage and helping with the Arctic. Obviously, there's a debate. My vote on it, nice knowing you, Wooly.
Yeah, at least, woolly mammoths weren't like, savage meat eaters, but I have some woolly mammoth remains myself. Right there.
Oh, wow.
It's a woolly mammoth tooth.
Told you how many times I'd been wanting, like, to go trying to find a woolly. Like, if, like, say somebody had, like, the egg and the sperm for a tiger that's, like, no longer here, like an actual animal that's gone extinct because we killed them all. Not because of ice age, change of the times, but because of asshole man killing them all. And they made it like, a petri, however you do. I again wouldn't want to use an animal as a surrogate. I don't know how that works, but I don't think I would feel as weird about bringing an animal back like that if
Yeah.
it's still the same animal and it's not being like engineered, because you're basically like how you have babies, you put the sperm in the egg and there you go, you've got the human and you're
Yeah.
not changing anything. So I don't know, but
Yeah. I don't know.
I just, it sucks what mankind has done, but the
Yeah.
earth moves on and then it adjusts and it, re-evolves and readapts to these changes. So then putting things back could then mess things up
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Messing with the grand scheme of things, of changing time, going back or forward. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tooth from a woolly mammoth, and it's I don't know, probably
Couple pounds.
a couple pounds easy, So that's from a big animal.
So that's like a like a molar or something, huh? Like the leaf crunching.
Yeah, yeah, you can see the
Top of it is the tooth part, like that would chomp.
yep, and then completely different tooth wise is
And jelly, that's pretty badass.
a megalodon tooth,
That's badass.
But compared to this woolly mammoth tooth, it's like,
Oh, damn.
I mean, it's like pretty small. But I mean, that's from a big ass shark. I was going to do an article. There was an article about a megalodon saying, they could swallow. I don't know. Did you see that picture I posted the other day of the shark that had been bitten?
Yes.
That was pretty big, whatever bit that damn shark, because that shark was pretty big itself.
Yeah. Was it a great white that was bit?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Or am I thinking of another picture?
It was basically half a shark. Something just bit it completely in half. It's probably a huge great white that bit it in half. But a megalodon could swallow a great white without even biting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't see this one. I was thinking of a holy shite.
Holy shizra.
Holy shiznick. Why can't I read their comments? Wow. Huh.
Yeah, here's that peach R.
And the angle of it is so they must have been like that's just crazy, like the angle of it. Because it
Yeah.
bit it like you know what I mean? Like were they writhing? I mean chase oh my goodness, like tuna fishing, you drive hella fast on the
Yeah.
boat and they chase you, but
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I've been out fishing before, and like, whatever, pulling in a 40-pound kingfish or something. And, barracudas you got to watch out for because they'll come out and just tear your fish to shreds. And yeah, I've had barracudas and sharks both attack the fish that I have on a line, I just pull up a head like
it's
nothing.
like the seal and shit they got out here.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the picture they had that I think we showed before where it was a big ass great white that had it would almost look like like when a kid bites you and you see like the teeth marks,
Yeah.
and it had like the big jaw, you know what I mean? It was like a big bite into it.
Yep.
Because normally a great white, if they don't want to eat it, they like bite and then taste it and then
Yeah.
go. That chomped it and swallowed it, or just bit it out and spit it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
You too, D. I just saw that you were here. Sending you hugs too. And you have a great weekend. Well, we got 25 minutes. What you want to do?
What you want to do?
What
Yeah.
you want?
Here's a picture of what could be a megalodon jaw.
We have one of those in San Francisco, or no, Monterey. I think me and Jeff stood in the picture.
Yeah, that's a big animal, man.
Is that a real jawbone?
No, it's got to be a
I was gonna
repin.
say because they can't let them.
It's real teeth in there, maybe, but I don't know if it is or not. But yeah, I'm sure the jawbone is recreated.
Yep, Debbie. They have been cloning people. They won't say it,
Yeah, I
but
swear, I
it's
see
no.
some people I see, and I'm like, are they real? Are they clones? What is up with them?
Yeah. You think like reptilian, like what's that? They're reptilian or they clone? Is it Memorex?
Yeah, sharks will eat other sharks for sure. And speaking of sharks, man, there's been a lot of sharks around lately.
Because the warmer waters or the food?
Both, and I mean, there's always sharks around here, especially this time of year. But there's been a lot. I've seen a lot lately, like kind of an alarming lot. And I don't know if it's just because their food is being fished out more, or they're coming closer. I don't know. I don't know what the
Little of
answer is.
both.
Yeah.
What's the majority type shark that is coming around?
I mean, there's lots of sand sharks. There's bull sharks, black
There's
tips, um, but we also get great whites. But they don't travel in numbers like all the other sharks do.
I think our great whites actually go to you. We got the green. Wait, the green triangle is Humboldt County. The red triangle is the Farallones, Farallon Islands out here by where I went to school, and that's where all the whites are. And I think some of them migrate like your way.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely do. And we get a lot from up north too.
You have hammerhead too, don't you?
Oh yeah,
Do you have bull and wait, bull nurse?
yeah. Bulls, there's tigers, lemon sharks, sand sharks.
The reef sharks, black tip, white tip reef sharks. Do you have the reef sharks?
Yeah, not a whole lot, but yeah.
Hawaii has a lot.
I was looking for the damn.
I do too, Debbie.
Here it is. Yeah, definitely need a bigger boat. Yeah, like I was talked about it before, but this is the O search site where you can check and see where all the like this one number 3. What's number 3? It's right here by me somewhere.
Oh, like for sightings?
Yeah, yeah. These sharks are all tagged, and they keep it like GPS on them.
Like the cat maps. Yeah,
Yeah, that one's
that's
a small
cool.
one. That one's a tiger shark. It's only 9 foot 7 inches, 395 pounds.
And it like shows all where they've been doing.
Yeah, like right now it's May. Well, May 5th was the latest ping. It was just like on the Florida Georgia line, but it's been down all around here. Out here where this ledge is, that's like 40 miles out, just for perspective. But man, they cover a lot of ground for sure. Ulysses, where's Ulysses at? Came down to Florida. 12 foot 4 inches, 990 pounds. That's one big ass shark.
Can you see him on my side too? Or
Yeah,
do you have it programmed in on dialed in? Right there, if the moon go up, that's Half Moon Bay. That's
right there.
right there. It's shaped like a half moon.
Yeah, I don't know what I got to do to track them on that side. Oh,
There,
there's. That's a seal.
Pam the seal.
Dr. Pam, the seal. It's weird. It just has seals over here. Doesn't show any sharks right now.
I don't know, probably because it's too close to shore. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. Oh, there's some green shit out there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways. So it was a weird one tonight, this afternoon, I should say. I was talking to Sam, that used to be here, and her daughter's been like acting crazy today, like screaming and let me see if I can pull this picture up, see what you guys think. Yeah, she's been like just screaming and acting crazy today, and she's usually, fairly good kid.
chill.
So she said she was screaming and kept looking behind her, like running from something. And she took a picture of her. And this is what she got.
Oh, wow. Zoom that in by
It's got
this
this
head.
it's got this weird thing behind her, and it almost looks like a foot or something down here.
Yeah, like zooming behind her head. Like, what are them squiggle lines right there? Something behind
Here,
her, like a toy.
maybe,
What
I
is
don't
that?
know.
Wow, it's like all around her, like it's all around her face and everything.
Yeah,
Because that's not like the shine of her hair, or is that the mist going around?
yeah.
Is there like a hand on her shoulder? Wait, zoom in again. And then go down. Or up, I mean.
It's weird. It's almost like there's a hand or something down here, or a foot or something
Yeah, like what's on the shoulder
right
under
here.
the squiggle lines? Yeah.
I
It's,
don't
it's
know.
almost like it's something behind, like leaning down, putting their hand on on her shoulders, or like
Yeah,
about to pick her. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And what was she doing with her hands? Why are her hands so blurred out right there?
I don't know. I mean, she's holding a little stuffed animal, but it was just a weird picture because
Uh,
normally pictures come out really clear.
The mist even looks in front of her dress. Look at that. It's like behind and in front.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
weird.
like encasing her.
And like the floorboard, you can almost see the floorboard like
Yeah.
through her clothes. It's weird. It's weird. But
And you
yeah,
see like the
she
mist.
she said she came running from in here, like kept looking behind her and screaming and running. So who knows? Could be something tormenting her. I fully believe little kids,
I
you
do.
know, her age see stuff. I know I did. When you see little kids and they have, they're imagine, oh, that's so and so's imaginary friend. Well, it might be imaginary to your ass, but it's pretty real to them.
Exactly.
Until you start growing up and, then your parents are telling you, oh, it was just your imagination. It wasn't real. And that
Hopefully
just
mine didn't.
then you start
I was
believing it.
lucky. I never had to have that break.
Yeah. But she's done that kind of weird stuff before, though. I've been over there and she's like looking up at the ceiling, like talking to things and laughing. And,
Yeah, so it's usually a different experience, like, or it's almost like something caring for her or being friendly to her.
yeah,
Because is this the first time that she's actually been frightened by something like that?
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. She said she was flipping out today.
I'd want
So,
to put like static cameras in her room at night.
yeah.
I think she's holding a stuffed animal,
Yeah.
he said. Or but I don't know that she'd be if it was something guarding her doing something like that, I don't know that the child would be so frightened because
Yeah.
like normally when we feel the vibes and like I've seen things that I was like like tripped out about but I wasn't scared of it, and then I've seen things to where I was a little nervous like something's not right about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Weirdness. I don't know. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty trippy, bro.
Oops, I keep double clicking.
Yeah, I've had a few times where weird stuff like that has happened too. Like you use the same EMF detector for years. You know how it works. You know what it's supposed to do.
Every behavior.
Yeah, every behavior, and every once in a while, the thing just you get on some location and it's just flipping out, and you're like, "Is this thing broken? What's going?" You know?
Or when a bunch of things start going haywire at the same time that never did, like, wait, everything's wigging out right now?
Yeah,
And the box says something crazy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been at the lighthouse before, and what are the chances of if your phone battery goes dead, okay, well, you didn't have it charged, whatever. What are the chances of a phone going dead, an iPad going dead, a laptop going dead, camera batteries going dead, recorder batteries going dead, even my vape batteries all went dead all at the same time? What are the chances of that?
That would happen to Jeff and I when we go in that train car and we get all set up, start doing it, put on the trigger um, video and everything, and then just one by one, it all just gone.
Yeah,
Backup batteries gone. Like all this stuff was charged. Like, come on.
yeah,
Or you think you got something recorded. I still think that they decide what we get to keep or not.
yep. Yeah, and like I was talking with Steve and Heather when I was at their place, and I think I mentioned it when they were on, a week ago, how you can have pictures, on your phone or in your digital camera or whatever. And you go to an investigation, you take whatever, say you take 50 pictures. You look at them and you say, "Oh, well, there's something that kind of looks cool. There's a cool one, the rest of them are just pictures." And then you look at them, maybe 6 weeks later or something, and you're like, "Holy shit, where did this picture come from? I didn't see this before." It's like, how does that happen? Like, how do things show up in your pictures that you knew weren't there before?
I've had
Or
EVPs like that too, where you listen to something so much and then you listen to it with the same headphones, same everything. It's like, wait, what?
yeah,
I had to listen to that 50 times and that wasn't there.
did I send you the EVP that I got in the lighthouse in the basement when Jason was here?
Negative.
I gotta find that.
If you did, I forgot. I'm going to say no. Can you play it on here?
Yeah, if I have it on my computer, I should be able to. I don't know if I sent it to my computer or not.
I think just the spirits suck the energy because they need it. Or especially when it's like a really active place, there's lots around and you can feel yourself getting like tapped out. So you get like the para hangover. I haven't had a para hangover in a long time. I need a
Yeah,
para hangover.
I'll try and find it and play it next week.
Okay.
I know I got it on my phone, and if I find it, I'll send it to you because I can't figure out what it says. It definitely says something. I was in the basement, and it was really limited because it's hard to do an investigation. It's hard to do EVPs when there's people walking around and talking and stuff,
And the
And
echoes of the hall and the
yeah,
acoustics.
and there was like a dozen people on that tour that night, but I did get probably a good 5 minutes or so in the basement at the lighthouse by myself, and I was just doing running, doing EVPs, and I didn't really get much, but I got one, and it's like I said, "Is there anybody here?" Or something like that. And I mean, you hear it, and it's like, it says something, but I can't quite figure out what it's saying. It's like I'm right.
I'm trying to remember if you did send that to me.
Yeah, I want to say it says I'm right here or something like that, or I'm near. But yeah, I'll try to have it next week and play it.
Yeah.
I played the Lighthouse Scream one before, didn't I?
From an older trip.
Yeah,
I think so, but I mean, yeah, but I don't remember it clearly in my brain.
that one I have here on my phone. Maybe.
Was it after July 20th, 26? I don't remember the date.
there's a couple of people. This is
Good
the
night,
actual
Zach.
video. I think this is it. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. I may be surprised. It may be something else. I'll play this one real quick before I go. We are inside the lighthouse right now. Okay, I was in there pretty much by myself. There was two other people that had just come down, and that's who you hear this mumbling, and it's them talking. This is the spot. I'm about halfway up the lighthouse. There you go. Did you hear that?
Wow, that's not an animal.
That freaked me out.
I would have goosebumps on my eyeballs and my neck.
That was when Grant from Ghost Hunters was here, and I came back out of the lighthouse, and he's sitting out there, and I'm like, dude, I said, did somebody scream out here? And he's like, what? And he's like looking at me like I'm crazy, and I said, did somebody scream out here like 5 minutes ago, 5 or 10 minutes ago? He's like, no, why? And I played that back for him on my camera, and he was like, holy crap. He's like, no, there was nothing like that went on out here.
Damn.
Pretty weird. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm like going up the lighthouse. Like I said, I was like halfway up and got my camera, and I'm just videoing in the dark, and I heard that, and I was like, I don't think I'm going up any higher. I didn't totally freak out, but it was pretty creepy. It wasn't like, oh shit, I'm running, because you definitely don't want to run on the lighthouse steps anyway.
No, it's the kind of like where you stop and freeze for a second, like, wait, what the hell did I just hear?
That's pretty much what I did. I just kind of stopped. I was like, what was that?
Yeah, what just happened?
I mean, it's trippy enough. You saw how dark it was in there. There's like no lights. It was freaking dark.
That's where you get the goosebumps on the back of your neck for real.
Yeah. But I ended up going all the way to the top of the lighthouse that night by myself in the complete dark. I mean, there was a couple lights on, up there, and there was a couple security lights at the very top when you go in that would come on. But yeah, I set up in the top of the lighthouse by myself in the dark and did a ghost box session.
Nice.
And the only thing that
after the stream?
No, that was before, I think.
Okay.
No, I don't remember. I want to say it was before that, but it may have been after that. I can't remember. I just figured I was in there, and it was like a pretty rare occasion to be in there by myself in the dark, so I wasn't going to waste the chance, the opportunity.
Exactly.
But the thing that scared me the most was the freaking roaches were crawling on me in the dark up there.
Roaches in the pot.
Roaches in the pot. Roaches in the lighthouse. 219 steps up.
Holy shit.
Well, anyways, that's enough of that rambling. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's amazing we made it through the show. Because what did I literally come on and got you online like minutes before we went live? Yeah. Then no
Hey, we were all set all day.
Oh yeah. Everything was working perfect.
Time.
telling Jamie, I'm like, yeah, cleaned my computer, ran all these malware things, got it all working, optimized, speedy, and then it all went to hell right before the show. Never fails.
Never.
Wednesday night gremlins. Anyways, that's it for us. We're out of
Oh,
here.
I never did the astrology, but I did post
Yeah,
the
fuck that.
astrology on everywhere, so you can look for it. Uranus in retrograde, a couple days from new moon. We are in Virgo season, and if you're a sky watcher, just some stuff going on the next week. You can check it out in the slideshows.
Cool, cool. I get to go to the heart doctor tomorrow, so wish me luck with that. It'll either be good news or bad news.
It'll be good news.
Cool. Because the mood I was in today, I could have just kicked him in the ding. I swear, if he tells me you should have come in sooner, I am going to kick him in the nuts.
Oh, you're gonna have to wring his neck.
You should have come in sooner.
One hand choke him.
Yeah.
Choke himself. Fall.
I wanted to come
Fall
in.
into my
sooner.
hand.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for hanging out with my lovely co-host and myself. And we'll see y'all maybe Sunday on Paranormal Soup. And if not, see you here Wednesday. Again, bye-bye.